Hello, everyone. This is Dr. Evelyn here, and today we are talking about biotensegrity. Yay! So, I really love talking about anything that is just one of those things that is true in physics, in life, in and can be applied to all kinds of professions and things, and biotensegrity is one of those types of principles. So it's exciting to talk about it because it's actually an architectural principle that is applied in the human body. And so it's so fun to have the science backing up with how groovy our bodies are. The actual definition of tensegrity, not biotensegrity, but basically tensegrity is the tensional, so like tension, pulling, tensional integrity or floating compression is a structural principle based on the use of isolated components in compression inside of a net of continuous tension. So, in such a way that the compressed members, usually bars or struts, do not touch each other, and the pre-stressed tension members, usually cables or tendons, delineate the system spatially. Okay, so that's like a crazy definition, but I'm going to show you a picture of what they're talking about. So, in this picture, you can see that there are struts that are made of the little rods, and then there's all those little cables that are around. So maybe you've seen one of these as like a children's toy where, you pull on one thing and the whole structure changes shape. So the body works in the same way, which is so cool, with the bones being sort of the rigid structures, and then the tendons, fascia, and muscles being the cables that connect everything together. Biotensegrity, like I mentioned, is not something that is a chiropractic principle or thought. And there is actually an application of these tensegrity principles in living organisms, which is called biotensegrity. And these principles can demonstrate the mechanical structure and function relationship at all size scales in the human body. So what that means is at the cellular level to the entire global level of the body. The biotensegrity at a cellular level allows the cell to mechanically sense its environment and convert mechanical signals into biochemical changes, which is really cool. So it's like a cell gets pushed on, then that leads it to act differently. And this goes into a whole different thing about the fact that cells are covered in receptors, these little molecules on their surfaces, and the molecules change shape, and that determines what kinds of things can bind to those receptors. So, shape of cells, mechanical changes in cells' shape really does affect the product and the goal and what the cells are going to do, how the cells adapt and change. So when it's applied to chiropractic and also osteopathic medicine, biotensegrity provides a concept. It explains the body's ability to really adapt and change, and it explains how mechanical manipulation and mechanical things that are happening in our body can affect us at a cellular level and have such a profound effect on our nervous system and on our cells. You can kind of tell intuitively that a spinal column is not really a column, right, like you would see on a building in any sense of the word. And that's because we know how flexible they are, right? Like you can see someone doing a back bend, or you can see someone roll into a ball. So, real columns out in the world do not do that. It's not surprising then that the application of tensegrity architecture to biological organisms began in the human spine in the 1970s. The early 1980s, scientists began looking at the cell as a tensegrity structure, and then over the next 3 decades, the concept of biotensegrity expanded markedly, and today is being applied at the molecular, cellular, tissue, organ, and organ system levels, revealing the true biotensegrity architecture of biological organisms. And I am reading that directly from an article from the Journal of American Osteopathic Association. That being said, giving you a little bit of background how chiropractic has taken advantage of this is that sometimes we'll have a distortion pattern in the body, and we'll be able to track how through the fascia. You've heard of anatomy trains, or if you've heard of fascia. Fascia is like the layer of tissue that is in between all the muscles and helps the muscles glide along one another. And fascia actually has fascial connections into the cells at a cellular level. So fascial distortions in the body, we can see it in postures, we can see it in imbalance of muscle tightness. When chiropractors make corrections to the joints, we are really helping your body integrate a pattern that has changed for whatever reason. The reasonings we'll go into in another video. I believe in the practice that I use, the running theory, is that they're just experiences in life, and our body takes them, and if we can't adapt to them in the moment, it stores them in our biological structure so that we can then deal with them at a later time. And so we are actually helping the body balance itself out, helping the body integrate this new information so that it can make mechanical changes and changes in the tensegrity matrix, which is then how we can allow things on the cellular level, different receptors to be different shapes on the cellular level. If you're not freaking out, I'm not explaining this right. So, Biotensegrity is really, really cool. It's really profound in its effects. And it's just one of the things that chiropractors look at when we are assessing your health, and we're assessing your posture, and we're assessing why certain things don't move the way that they need to, because we're seeing how even if one vertebrae is fixated, we are, causing a whole bunch of other distortions throughout the tensegrity matrix that is the human body. So that is something that I look at in my practice personally, and I am a chiropractor in California on the coast side near Half Moon Bay, and part of my approach is finding the areas that are really fixated and causing the whole tensegrity matrix to be distorted, and really, really helping your body become aware of those and releasing those. So if that makes any sense to you, come check it out. It's really cool work. And chiropractors are doing this without being aware that they're doing this. It's just kind of a fact, like I said. It's just a fact of life. Like I said, osteopaths engage this is physics. This is from architectural principles, and it goes into chiropractic. So take that with you today and come back for the channel to learn more. And this is your second video for September, so look out for some videos early October, and take care.